Hello, this session is about configuring individual workplace setups for different users. The default workplace setup, which is mainly driven by the function tree of the workplace, is defined. We did this already in a previous step here in edit existing workplace function tree default. So if you call this function, then you see the workplace tree of the application. So it consists out of an order management, master data configuration, and has other aspects like log management, authorization. So these are the functions that are offered to the user. Meaning, if you now start just the default workplace with a user, then you get exactly what you saw here in the definition of the default workplace. There is an authorization concept, and this authorization concept may say certain functions are not available for a certain user, so they will be filtered out. But the structure of the tree is exactly what you define here. Now, what you want to do sometimes or often is that you really have an individual structure of functions for a specific group of users or for a specific user, so that these functions are presented in a logical order that makes sense for the corresponding user. So that's what it is about now. And this works in the following way. You open up as administrator the admin area. In the admin area, you have the base project, which brings the workplace management. And this workplace management, you double click here and you get a short explanation on the right. This is some kind of wizard you can go through. And the wizard tells you the first thing is you define workplaces. And the workplace is just entity that you create and you give a name. For example, you call it is the app user workplace. This is a typical application user. And the main issue is here the definition of the function tree. I just shrink the whole left area on the left side to have maximum space here. In the function tree, now I create a root item. For example, this is functions, app functions. Let's call it sales functions. In the root item, I say, okay, create child order management. That's the next one. And in this one, I create a child item order list. And the order list is not a folder item, but it is an item associated with a dialog. So I can select the dialog over here. I just need more space. So here we are. And in the order list dialog, here we can now select which are the screens having to do with order. We want to see the order list. And we want to maybe start this also multiple times so that the user can have certain more order lists in parallel. And maybe the order management also says, okay, we have another child item in which the user can say, okay, I want to maintain articles. So article, here we are. And we also associate this with a list. So article, here's the list of articles, and we save this. So this would be now one concrete, a very small tree of functions that we now want to give as function package in the workplace for one specific user. So we created this workplace. It's here. It has the name app user. And what we now have to do is we have to assign it to the user. So the next step is to go to the users. And in the users, we have 3 users at the moment. Let's assume we create a new one, which we just call app user. And I now just copy all this into the next ones, including the password, appuser@appuser.com. And that's what we have to do. And in the user setup, we see the workplace. Yes, it's a very simple password. So we assign that this app user doesn't start with the default workplace of the application, but receives an individual one. Save it. So what we now can test is we open up the workplace with logon. We have to get out into the logon screen because the cookie holds here the logon information. So we say app user is the user to go with. App user is the password. Yes, it's a simple password. Thanks for warning us. We have order management, order list, article. So we exactly have these functions which the user requires. And that's the easy way how to build the workplaces. So really that users have their environment of these functions which they are used to. What we'll show later on, or now in the next video, not in this one, is how to deal with this launchpad on this side, because this is also a quite nice function. Thanks for watching.